Between now and Election Day, we're zeroing in on the swing states. There are 8, and this week the spotlight is on the great state of Georgia. Voting is already underway there. Voters in Virginia, Minnesota, and South Dakota also began casting their ballots Friday. According to some recent polling from our partners at The Hill and Emerson College, more than 1.5% of Georgia voters are still undecided. That could be enough to swing the state in either party's favor after President Biden won it by 0.2% in 2020. Trump will be at a campaign event in Savannah in just a few hours from now, trying to lock in support in the Peach State. And that is where we find NewsNation's Robert Sherman. 16 electoral votes up for grabs in Georgia. Robert, Trump hopes this time around they swing his way.
Yeah, just a few elections ago, Marni, those were electoral votes that Republicans were really counting on and believing that they had all locked up. But now you fast forward to 2024. Not necessarily the case. Every indication is showing that Georgia is going to be a very tight race. When you look at the Decision Desk HQ average of polls, which takes all the different polls together, it is neck and neck between Vice President Kamala Harris and the former president, less than 1 percentage point separating the two. A bit of an edge being given in that average to the former president. And what we've really seen him honing in on, particularly with messaging here in Georgia, are these issues of kitchen table issues, cost of living. He's expected to address the tax code today and the impact that that has on Americans. He was in Pennsylvania, in which he had this to say. Take a listen.
Chicken is way up. Canned fruits are up 27%. Butter is up 30%. Crackers. Who would think of eating crackers? Crackers are up 40%. Oh, that's terrible. So it costs a typical household $28,000. Think of that. Kamala cast a tie-breaking vote on so many different things that have been so bad for our nation. It caused record inflation. Her votes cost us record inflation.
And there was a moment inside of that Pennsylvania supermarket in which the former president gave $100 to a mother of 3 to help with groceries, something that many of his supporters have latched onto. That really illustrates the heart of the messaging of that the Trump campaign is really trying to hammer home, Marni. It all comes down to cost of living, gas prices, food prices, inflation, trying to bring this campaign to the kitchen table. That's the main strategy.
Yeah.
Marni?
It's what matters most. It's what people always care about. Robert, on the other side of the aisle, Kamala Harris has been making a push in Georgia as well. What have we seen in terms of her focus?
I mean, it's no mystery that both of these campaigns are really going after this state with everything that they have, but different strategies, what you're seeing here. You saw the former president focusing in on the economy, on cost of living. But for Vice President Kamala Harris, she was just in Georgia late last week, and a main message she was hammering home was the issue of abortion and limiting abortion access here in this state. That was really at the crux of a lot of her messaging that she was giving to the Georgia electorate here late last week. So 2 very different messages, 2 very different strategies coming from these campaigns. But without question, Marni, both of them really hoping to put Georgia into their column on election night. Marni.
All right, Robert Sherman in Savannah. Robert, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.